Hey guys, Zelonius here. Welcome to another video on the channel. FUT Champs is almost here, and I've built you guys what I think are some amazing squads for different budgets. We have 250k, 500k, 1 mil, and 2 mil budget squads. I've gone for a bit more expensive this time, but there's still plenty of players at the cheaper end because I think at this point a 50k, 100k squad, most people are going to have a lot more than that. I think it's very easy to get decent squads at this point of the game, so I didn't think the cheaper squads would be as relevant anymore. I'm really happy with the squads we've been able to build here. And on the previous videos, lots of people have tried the teams out and said they really liked them. I've had some comments saying, oh, you could definitely do better than this. Like, guys, at the end of the day, there is going to be some opinions. I'm not going to spend 24 hours analysing to the 1000th coin the exact perfect, what I think is the absolute best team. But I built teams that hopefully have a bit of variety, uses some different players, different leagues, because I want you guys to be able to try different players out. All the players in these teams I've tried and tested at some point, and they're all very good meta players. I think every team, for what you get in it, is really good value. We're starting off with the 250k team, and every team is pretty much nearly spot on about the cost that I've said for the team. So the 250k team, we have ter Stegen and net. At this budget, you can get a very good keeper. You definitely should go for one of the best keepers in my opinion. Top keepers definitely do make a difference. And one point I will make is that every team can get full chemistry. Yes, I definitely could build slightly better teams if chemistry wasn't an issue. But I think the full chemistry boost of 3 is really important, especially at this point of the game. So it does almost hold back some of the teams in the sense of without going for top icons or top heroes, because you can't afford those in a lot of these teams. Chemistry is a little bit harder, so you do have to make a few sacrifices, but I'm really happy with the teams. Top keeper there. This is definitely by far the biggest weak link in this team, but he is still a very good solid card. He's basically discard. He is very good. Definitely not a liability. Araujo and Skriniar are our centre-backs. Definitely two of the top value players in the whole game at the moment. Araujo is quick, insane physical for a guy 6'4". Skriniar, elite defending. Defensive awareness of 91 is ridiculous at this point in the game. Skriniar is a top tier centre-back. Spinazzola at 2,000 coins. Just ridiculous value for how good he is. 4-star, 4-star. These teams are built generally to play in the 4-4-2, the 4-2-2, or the 4-2-3-1, but you definitely could customise them and put them in 5-backs. Ikone, 15,000 coins for this card is a great value. He doesn't have the best weak foot. He doesn't have insane traits, but he does have the outside the foot shot, so that makes him a lot better. You can put him at the lamp or left mid. I really like this card for 15k. I don't think Fiorentina are in a great position, but he still does have potential to get upgrades. If he gets upgrades, geez, at 15,000 coins, this card's just ridiculous. He's already rapid. He's got ridiculous agility. You probably need to put a dead eye on him to up that finishing and passing a lot more. But for 15,000 coins, he's great value. Kessie and Barella are our midfielders. In these teams, you're going to have to not go for the top tier players, obviously at lower budgets. We have gone for one very expensive player in this team, you'll see in striker, that you could swap for someone else and maybe up the budget in some areas. But honestly, one of the hardest areas on FIFA, in my opinion, to get the top tier players right now is the midfield. There's some very good budget ones, which we'll show in this video. But to get to like the top tier cards, you're nearly looking at 750k to a mil for the top heroes and icons. So that's just how it is for midfield. Barella and Kessie, a very good duo. Chiesa, great value. He can go right mid ram, has the outside the foot shot trait. Fernando Morientes is the really expensive one in this team. We've got him up front with Sorloth. That's what I run on my road to glory that I hit a 20-0 with. You could swap Morientes out, go for Correa, João Felix, players like that, and then have a bit more budget across the board. I just really like this and thought it'd be cool in the 250k team to go for a hero. He is insane value for how good he is. Morientes is 4-star, 4-star. With a hawk, he's fast. He's got elite strength. He's good in the air. He feels good on the ball. He's got skill moves, elite finisher. He's great value. And then Sorloth is just insane. Probably the best value attacker in the game. This team might not be quite as good on old gen. I might be swapping players out and going for someone like João Felix instead of Sorloth. But I still think he is really good. And I'm really happy with this team. For 250k, it's a budget team that'd be able to compete with anyone, really. Okay, here we are with the 500k team. Neuer in net, debatably the best keeper in the game. Out of the gold cards, it's him, Courtois, or Donnarumma for me. He is really, really good, so having him in net's great. Llorente at right back, he does have that as an alternate position. Llorente is just so well-rounded, absolute beast on this game. I use him at right back on my road to glory. Klosterman and Araujo. Now, the centre-backs here are a little bit cheaper, but you'll see why when you see the rest of the team. They're still very, very good, and I think you get very good value out of these two, and it's allowed me to put more coins into the rest of the team. Davies at left-back, top-tier full-back there. We've got top-tier full-backs in him and Llorente. Goretzka, he's going to be our CDM. The Destroyer, very good, well-rounded card. Good weak foot, tall, very good physical. Just very solid across the board. Rafinha, pretty solid. Not amazing on this game. But again, to get to the top tier wingers, you tend to need to spend a lot. He is pretty good value, I think. Koeman, very good value. On old gen, insane. On new gen, still good. Great dribbling. Not bad strength for a card with such good pace and dribbling. 5-star skill moves. Does lack the weak foot, but it's nice to have skill moves on him. Mostovoy, one of the best value players in the game. He's got 5-star weak foot, 4-star skills. He's not miles worse than Kevin De Bruyne. And he gives the double link to La Liga, which is really nice. Benzema, one of the best gold cards on the game. Plays really well on this game. Strong, clinical, good dribbling, very solid passing, decent pace. 4-star, 4-star. Benzema is really, really good. And then Nkunku up front, 5-star skills. Lacks the weak foot, but for 100k, 5-star skills and the rest of the stats on here and the links he gives, he is absolutely class. That is the team. You could swap in someone like Rudiger for Klosterman. That would fit very well. And I think a lot of these teams I've built as well have a lot of ceiling to grow and help you upgrade the team, so you're not just stuck with a team that you can never change or upgrade. Let's look at the 1 mil team. Here we are with the 1 mil team. We have basically the best defence and keeper here. For I think nearly half the budget has gone into the defence, but you can get basically the best defence in the game, bar like maybe Lucio and Maldini. And even then, we're going to use Van Dijk, who is probably in the debate for best centre-back in the game. Courtois, definitely one of the best keepers. Cancelo, one of the best fullbacks. You could swap Kyle Walker in here, but I really do like Cancelo. This is the 1 mil team, by the way. Van Dijk, ridiculous card. Don't think really there's any debate about that. Rudiger's absolutely amazing. Absolutely love Rudiger. Him and Van Dijk, an absolute beast pair. Probably the best pairing of gold centre-backs there is. Mendy, one of the top fullbacks in the game. Casemiro, maybe it'll surprise people, but he's, in my opinion, the best value elite defensive midfielder in the game. He just plays so well. He has cracked defending, cracked physical. His passing's fine. He doesn't honestly feel too bad on the ball. His shot's okay. So if he does get a chance, it's decent. You do have to play a little bit safer with him, but he's so good defensively for like 35,000 coins. He's basically going for his fodder price. That I think he is a must in these types of teams. Riyad Mahrez, not great on the pace and physical, but so good technically. Has the finesse shot, which can be nice. 5-star, 4-star really does help. Freddie Ljungberg might surprise people, but he helps with the chemistry with Premier League. He is honestly, for 70,000 coins, really, really good value. He also plays right mid, left mid, which is useful if you want to put him into other teams. He's quick. His shot's pretty good. He's okay with the ball. His passing's solid. He's very, very good physically. That 74 strength is really good at this point in the game. Good stamina. 4-star, 4-star. And it's just a bit of a different player to put him, but I think he is really good value. And then we've got Mostovoy as the other CDM. Him and Casemiro is what I run on my road to glory. It's a great pair. And then up front we have the Norwegian Smash Brothers. I've got Red Pick Soloff here. Haaland and Soloff up front. You do like the skills, so you could swap these out for some skillers if you really do like the skills. But these two up front, through balls in behind, they're absolutely crazy. A nightmare to stop. Yeah, these guys are just insane. Playing against these guys, you are not in for a fun time. And I think this is a very good team for the budget. Probably the best gold defense you can pretty much get. Great pairing in midfield. The wings are probably the biggest issue, but they're still very good, solid players. And then two absolute wrecking balls up front. Let's go look at the 2 mil team. Now, the 2 million team is quite similar. Obviously, there's just going to be certain players that just fit into it. The defense is the exact same, except we've got Llorente. Cancelo's better in some ways than Llorente, but Llorente made this sure this team could get full chemistry, so I'm really happy to have him in. He's a great player again. We've still got the same defense, though, other than him. Why would I change them when they're such good value? Casemiro still at CDM, such elite value. Right mid, we've got Park, but Park is going to be playing CDM in this team. Park next to Casemiro. Bit different to Mustafa in some ways. Better defensively. Not quite as good going forward, but he's quicker. Way better defensively. So that's a bit something different here, but he's still a very good card. We've got Son. Son will be going into Lam or Ram. Probably Ram. He has the finesse shot trait. He can shoot finesse shots on his left or outside the foot on his right. So that's really nice, cutting inside. JJ Kocher, absolute beast. He's going to be playing in the Ram or Lam role, depending on what you want. He does have the outside of the foot, so I'd probably put him at Ram and probably have Son at Lam. But Son can cut in and do finesses. 5-star, 4-star on this Kocher. Bit more expensive. I don't think this team's as good value as some of the others, but when you go from 1 to 2 mil, the players just become worse value, and to get to the next level of players, you do have to spend more. Up front, we've got Haaland again. Haaland's an absolute unit, one of the best strikers on this game. And then Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo is making his way into the 2 mil team. I wanted to give you guys a variety of options in these teams. I don't think the French league's good value right now, hence we've not gone to it. If Mbappe was cheaper, he'd be getting into these teams. But yeah, I think this team's crazy. It's got skill moves, it's got weak foots, it's got elite attackers, elite defenders. This team, honestly, would be able to give any team a run for the money. The defense is cracked. You've got a top midfielder there. Park's great. Every attacker's clinical. You've got pace in behind. You've got one of the best strikers in the game. You'll notice as well, as we go through these squads, the players from my tier list videos, the higher ones start to creep into the more expensive squads. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. I'm trying to make sure we put out different squad videos with varieties of players in them for you guys. Like I said, you might not necessarily always agree with the squads. You might not necessarily copy a squad player for player. But it's just to give you guys ideas, let you know what I think about the game, the current meta, which type of players I want to use, and give you guys some more options to use in Weekend League. Appreciate you guys watching this video. As always, keep it spicy. I appreciate the support and the love on the channel. Peace. See you guys in the next one.